Right, good day. It's once again Ishala Adeliji Mike, and welcome to Stress Enlightenment. We've already started our trigonometries. We already had two classes already on trigonometries. The first class we define what is trigonometries. We go beyond that. We talk about the uses and applications, relevancies of trigonometries, where we talk about our essence. Trigonometry is to an economist. We talk about oceanography, trigonometry is in oceanography, in navigation. Then we take it to the architectural use of trigonometries. Then we talk about how important trigonometries is of when talking about calculating the height of a mountain, the tide of an ocean, the height of the tide of an ocean. Then from there we move to the basic trigonometric ratios, where we have the sine, the cosine, and the tangent. Then each of these basic trigonometric ratio also have the reciprocal. So reciprocal of this trigonometry ratio, we talk about the cosecant, secant, and the cotangent. Then we will be able to establish the relationship between the basic trigonometry ratio and their reciprocals. All right, we go further. All right, we go further. We discuss the traditional definitions and alternate definition of this basic trigonometric ratio. I believe by now, students with with an accurate understanding of the first two earlier videos can now do some basic problem solving as far as trigonometric is concerned. But here I'll be putting what we've learned there in illustrations. That's what I'll be doing here. I'll be attempting a couple of questions that students who have understanding, who have gone through that video, should on their own be able to undo. Do this for me. When you see any of these questions, don't just watch through to see what I saw first. Don't study it first. Study the earlier two videos, then on your own attempt to solve these questions. Then you can now listen and watch what I've seen, then to see if we are on the same line. If you're not on the same line, feel free. I'm always available. My contact is attached to this video. Call me or WhatsApp me at your own convenience. All right. I might not attend to you immediately, but definitely I will surely get back to you. All right. Without wasting time, let's just get right to it. Let's do some basic trigonometry illustrations. All right. Here we have the first illustration we'll be dealing with. All right. I said it, once this mathematics, the first thing you have to do is what you have to understand the question first, right? Just imagine you are given a task and you don't even know what the task is all about, and you go about starting the task. Automatically you are setting yourself for what? For a failure. So the first thing here is what? You have to digest this question. If you look at what we are given, they say we are given that sine theta is 5/13. All right, that is, they're giving us an angle to be 5/13, and theta is an acute angle. Find the following. Now the first thing we have to understand is that what is an acute angle. All right, an acute angle definitely is an angle that is less than what? 90 degree. All right, basically what they are trying to tell you there is that you are dealing with a what? It's a right angle triangle. All right, that's the whole essence of this. Okay, the whole essence of this is what? You are dealing with what? A right angle triangle. So basically from this only you can draw your what? The right angle. Just this information. Sin theta is 5/13, and theta is an what? Is an acute angle. You can what? You can draw your right angle triangle thus. All right, you can draw your right angle triangle thus. If this is my theta, all right, let me label this to be A, B, and C. Don't forget, as I always said, triangles, you have to be what? You have to label the apex in capital letter, the angle is capital letter. Theta here, we are theta because we are dealing with what? The unknown. No, we are solving for unknown. You either use alpha or what? Theta. Now the opposite side of this will be what? Small letter A. The opposite side of it will be what? Small letter B. And the opposite side will be what? Will be small letter C. Don't forget, this is a what? It's 90 degree. This is a what? It's a right angle triangle, which means one of the angles have to be what? 90 degree. Now we said we are given sine theta. Now by the traditional definition of sine theta, what is sine theta? See, this is why the previous videos are very, very important. Once you don't know this, you can't go anywhere. Do you get it now? That's why mathematics is a procedural what? Science. So for traditional definition of sine theta, so what is our sine theta? Our sine theta is what? Is opposite over what? Hypotenuse. The opposite side to theta. The opposite side to what? To theta. Now we look at this right angle triangle here. Now you have your theta here. So the opposite side to theta is what? Is A. Right? The small letter A. And you given here that your sin theta is what? Is 5 all over what? 13. This simply implies that this small letter a is equal to what? Is 5. Okay? Then hypotenuse. What is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is the longest side of a what? Of a right angle triangle. That's what the hypotenuse is. When you look at these three sides, logically, which of these sides is longer? Definitely it has to be this. This has to be the longest side. So definitely this is equal to what? 13. Alright. And from this information, you can draw this out. You've already taken this out. From this information, you've taken this out. You've drawn this, you've done this. This is a verbal representation. This is a word problem, right? And this is what the geometrical presentation of this statement. Just these two lines. This is it. And from here now, you can now say, what are you asked to find? You have to find cos theta, cot theta, tan theta, sec theta, cosec theta. Now, what do you do from here? The question is, you have to find what? Cos theta. And from your traditional definition of what? Cos theta. Cos theta is what? Is adjacent. Cos theta is what? Is adjacent over what? The hypotenuse. Now, that is the adjacent side to what? To angle theta. You already know this is the opposite side, and this is what? This is the hypotenuse side. The side that what connects the opposite and the hypotenuse side is always what? The adjacent, which is what? The small letter b. Now from the question, you are not giving this small letter b. Now the question is, how do you what? How do you find this small letter b? That is where we have the knowledge of what? Of the alternative what? Pythagoras theorem, right? That's where Pythagoras theorem comes in. There is no way you want to find this except you what? You have to use what? Pythagoras theorem. Alright? All the angles are unknown except this 90 degree. So now the only thing you can do here is apply the Pythagoras theorem. Now the question is, what is Pythagoras theorem in itself? I will just solve the question. Now this is just an explanation of how you go about the question. I will take this off while we are going to solve the question step by step. Don't forget, I always say this: mathematics is a procedural word, science. It is a procedural science. You can go to the examination or wherever situation you need this knowledge and you solve and you get the final answer. But yet, if total mark is 30, you can still get what? 5 over 30. And you get the final answer right. You'll be like, wow, my colleagues did still get the same answer as me, and he was given 25, 29, even 30. Why me? It's just because that you failed to follow a single procedure. Mathematics is a procedural science. So I will take it step by step and we are going to solve these questions. Let's get right into it. So given that same question, so the first thing I do is what? So I make it clear what I'm doing is what? Is presenting the given information diagrammatically, alright? And from there, I draw my right angle triangle, okay? Right angle triangle. I label this A, B, C. This is my theta. And this will be the opposite side of theta that, don't forget, you are given sine theta to be what? 5 over 13, okay? So this will what? This will be 5. The hypotenuse side will be what? It will be 13. This is unknown. I leave it was small letter a. Alright. Now I said the first thing, since we have to find what? Cos theta. So we need to find this other side. So I make it understand. To find small letter a, we apply the what? The Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Now the first step is what? I make the marker, the examiner, whoever is going through your script. You make the person understand that you are presenting the information diagrammatically. So the first thing you make your examiner to understand is you presenting the information given diagrammatically. Don't just go ahead, just draw a diagram, right? I can be copying somebody in my examination situation and see you draw something. I just draw it. You see, this here shows the examiner that you copied no one, that you know exactly what you are doing. Do you get my basic point there now? You that used to copy, don't say because I said it now go and be no. All right. Okay now. So once you have this, you already know that you have this unknown that it is important. Why is this important? Is because you are asked to find what? Cos theta, the other basic and reciprocal what ratio, which means you need to know the adjacent side of what? Of this right angle triangle. So you need to know the adjacent side. So for you to know it, you make them understand that you now be applying what? Pythagoras theorem. Don't just go into it and apply the Pythagoras theorem. Let the examiner know carefully that what you are applying is what? Is Pythagoras theorem. Now from here you state what the Pythagoras theorem is. You don't have to write the sentence, just that what you write is that Pythagoras theorem, the hypotenuse square is equals to what? The opposite side square plus what? The adjacent side square. That is 13 square equals to what? 5 square plus a square by Pythagoras theorem. Alright, this is the Pythagoras theorem itself. It said that the square of the hypotenuse side is equal to sum of the square of the what? Of the other two sides. That's what Pythagoras theorem is talking about. Okay, so now which one is the hypotenuse side, which is what? 13 square. Which one is the opposite side, which is 5 square, and which is the other side, which is what? A square. Now from here you are applying what you have been taught in your what? In your secondary school knowledge. Some even know it in their what? In their junior secondary school, which is what? The method of making something subject to the formula. That is, you choose something to solve for. Now you have an expression now. This is 13 square, this is 5 square, this is a square. A square is not a number. So which means this is a what? This is a variable you have to what? Solve for in this expression, right? So before I go to solving that for, so the first thing is what? Let's take this square out. Let's take this square. Let's use our calculator to see what is 13 square, what is 5 square, what is a square. So if you simply press your calculator, 13 square will give you 169. This is 169 equals to what? 25 plus what? A square. All right, as some of you, what you will do from here is what? All of a sudden you will just write a square equals to what? 169 minus what? 25. You see here you've jumped a step. And I told you clearly, mathematics is what? Is a procedural what? Science. See, this simple step you have actually jumped up actually cost you not less than a mark or two. And God knows, maybe the total mark allotted for this question might be just 5 marks. And imagine losing 1 mark for every question you attempt. So you already know what you're actually writing for. So don't make the mistake. Mathematics is a procedural what? Science. So from here, there are two ways you can do it. Number one is what? You can state subtract 25 from both sides. Or you make it clearly that what? Make a square subject of the formula. See that you say subtract 25 from both sides, or you clearly state that make a square here subject of the formula. Now if you make a square subject of the formula there, let's manage this small space. Okay, let's manage this small space. If you make a square subject of the formula, what will you have? You will now have your a square equals to, don't forget, this is with a square. It means you are subtracting. This is same thing as subtract 25 from what? Both sides. If you don't have the knowledge of subject of the formula, just make it simple. Subtract 25 from both sides. It will look like this. 169 minus 25 equals to 25 plus a square minus 25. Then 25 we take 25 out. So this will give you what? 144 equals to what? A square. Alright. So this can still be written as what? A square equals to 144. This is the same thing. Right? You don't have to write anything. This is the same thing. This is by principle. This is if you use subtract 25 from both sides. But here I'm using make a square subject of the formula. I believe I'm dealing majorly with undergraduate, and make the subject of the formula is what you guys pass through in your WAEC and JAM. So all of you you are gurus. Okay. So from here, what you simply do from here is what? A square will now becomes 169 minus what? 25. Because you know you are making a square, so it means a square has to stay alone, and every other thing has to stay on what? After the equal sign. Okay, everything with a square we have to change to after the equal sign by changing their sign. If it is positive before, they change to minus. If they are minus before, they change to what? To positive. Do we get that? All right, so from here you press your calculator. What is 69 minus 25? So a square will be what? 144. So what you do from here is what? Is simple. Some of you will still make the mistake from here, maybe because sometimes you care so much about the time. This is what I say: if you are given 4 questions and you diligently without error answer 3 of the questions, trust me, you're already in for what? For a distinction in that course. Okay, at least the last question you might not finish it, but you get something. But when you just you just want to be very very fast, and before you know it, you keep dashing marks away, dashing marks, dashing marks away. So who knows, that last question you are running to go and do, maybe you don't even have the understanding. So whatever you do it best, and simple things actually matters. Yeah, don't just go ahead and just find a now equal to square root of 1. No, you take what? Take the what? The square root of both sides. Don't forget to write all this. Okay, so if you take square root of both sides, you have not a square root of a square equals what? Square root of 144. Now remember the knowledge of indices. Remember the knowledge of what? Of indices. So this can still be written as what? A square raised by what? 1/2. Okay, which is equals to what? Square root of what? This 12 times 12. 12 times 12 is 144. So, and this is same thing as what? A raised power 2 times 1/2 equals to what? 12 raised power 2 raised by what? 1/2. Are you getting it? So now this, we take this 2 divided by 2 is 1. So you have your A, then equals to what? 12 2 times 1/2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So therefore your A then equals to what? 12. Your A equals to what? 12. You see, nobody we actually mark this and take single one mark out of it. It's just not possible. It's just not possible. And why with the examiners or the marker will find it difficult to deduct a single mark if you solve it this way, is simply because what? This can never be solved in any way better than this. Do you get my point there now? Every steps, every procedures is what? Is clearly indicated. And I believe this is well understood. Don't forget the first thing I said. No, we are not even gotten to the task of what we have to find though. We just need our A. Okay, and now we found our A. We apply Pythagoras theorem, but we are what? We are conscious of each of the steps from top to what? To bottom. When we get here, we take it to what? To indices. Now, some students have problem with indices naturally. So if you have problem with indices naturally, just from here, you already know that square root of a square is same thing as what is A. A equals to what? Now press 44 on your calculator will give you what? 12. Now you are safe. But should in situation whereby you have something like what? Square root of what? Don't let me use 7, let me use 12. Let's say this is what you are given. Now you press your calculator, it will give you something in decimal places. But majorly when you are solving trigonometries, all right, we are not really interested in what? In decimal places. All right, so majorly we want to have our answer is either in whole number or in what? In surd form. It is better for you to leave this answer in what? In this form if you don't have knowledge of surd, or simply if you have knowledge of surd, just use surd. Square root of 12 is empty as square root of what? 4 times 3. And this is empty as what? Root of 4 times what? Root of 3. And this is empty as what? 2 root 3. Okay, if you don't, it's just, that's why, this is why they taught you all this before this. Okay, now when you just get here and you just like whatever it gives you on the calculator, 2 point something, maybe 2.33, I don't know, and you leave it there, you think you are right. Trust me, when your colleagues are seeing better grade, just expect yourself that grade is just not meant for you because you don't deserve it. Do you get the point now? That's why they taught you solve before now. Mathematics is a procedural science, and everything they taught you before now have its what it uses. Okay, some of you even know the solve, but you don't know you need to use it here. You just talk. Better if you press your calculator, you have decimal. Leave it in what? In root 12. Now, it doesn't mean that we give you full marks, okay, because you don't solve it to the final answer, but at least you are better than somebody who go and put 2 point whatever it is there. So with this, and now we found our A. So what? So the next thing you do is what? Draw your what? Redraw your right angle triangle. Okay. Why am I redrawing this right angle triangle? Is because I'm asked to find what? Cos, tan, cot. So for simplicity, for easy, so that for ease, all right. So I redraw it with all the sides now formed. So don't forget, you label it. Either way you label it, it's not really important. So A, B, C, this is your what? Theta. I could choose to move my theta from here, okay, and say fine. In this situation, this is my what? My theta, okay. It doesn't really matter. What is important is what? The opposite side of this theta is what? Is 5, okay, because sin theta is 5/13. The hypotenuse side is what? Is 13. Now the adjacent side that we found is what? Is 12. Are we together? Yes, we are. So now we can go ahead and find solution to each of the tasks we are asked to find. Now the first thing we have to find, let's just solve it first. Let's find the basic trigonometric ratio first, then we go ahead and we find the what? The reciprocals. Now we already know our sin theta. We are given sin theta equals to what? 5 over what? Over 13. Now we want to find what? Cos theta. Many mistakes many students they are going to make is this, well, since they just go ahead cos theta, they already know in their head that cos theta is what? Is adjacent over hypotenuse, and they just say cos theta is what? Is simply what? 12 over 13. It's not done that way. What it is, what? Cos theta equals to what? You write it first. Adjacent side to what? To theta all over the what? The hypotenuse of the what? Right angle triangle. You don't need to write right angle triangle in full. Just put a small right angle triangle already denotes what? Right angle triangle. Now from here, what is adjacent side to sin theta? Don't forget, this is the opposite. This is the hypotenuse. That line that connects the opposite side to the hypotenuse is what? Is adjacent. Is 12. So therefore, your cos theta then equals to what? 12, and your hypotenuse is what? Is 13. So fine. Here you've already found your what? Your cos theta. See the way I did my own. All right. So now the next thing is what? Let's find what? Tan theta. You already know it from the traditional definition. Theta is what? Is opposite over adjacent. But don't just make a mistake of just go here and just say 5 over 12. It's not like that. So you make it know theta is equal to what? Opposite side to what? To theta all over what? The adjacent side to what? To theta. So the opposite side to theta is what? Is 5. And the adjacent side to theta is what? Is 12. So this is your what? Tan theta. Are we together? Now from here, now we are given one of the basic trigonometries what? Identity, and we've already established the what? The remaining two basic trigonometries identity. Now we are left to find the what? The reciprocals. Now let's start with what? The tan. The reciprocal of tan theta is what? Is cot theta or cotangent theta. So here cot theta. Now don't make the mistake. You know cot theta is the reciprocal of tan theta, that is adjacent over the opposite. Don't just go that cot theta is what? Is 12 over 5. It's not like that. You start by writing cot theta equals to what? 1 over tan theta equals to what? Adjacent side to theta all over opposite side to theta. Therefore, the adjacent side to theta is what? Is 12. The opposite side is what? Is 5. Now you are done with what? Your cot theta. Okay. Now the next one you're dealing with what? After cot theta, let's find what's our what? Our cosec, cosecant, cosecant theta. Now cosec theta, which is cosecant theta, is same thing as what? 1 over sine theta. Okay, same thing as 1 over sine theta. And you know your sine theta is what? Is opposite over hypotenuse. Automatically this will then be what? Hypotenuse side of the what? Right angle triangle all over the what? The opposite side to what? To theta. So the hypotenuse side is what? Is 13, and the opposite side is what? Is 5. Okay, that's your what? That's your cosec theta. Now the next one you are looking for here is your secant sec theta, which is secant theta, which is empty as what? 1 over cos theta, which should then be what? The hypotenuse side of the what? The right angle triangle divided by the what? The adjacent side to theta. The hypotenuse side is what? Is 13, and the adjacent side is what? Is 12. All right. And in each of these solution, you can leave. Somebody will say this. You can write this as 5 in this 2 point something in decimal places. All right. Somebody say you can put that. Just leave it like this. You have your answer full. Okay. You don't have to. No. Don't stress yourself. Don't waste your time. 13 over 12, 1 point whatever. Leave it. You are good. Just like this. You are good. Okay. You are good. Just leave it like this and you are good. All right. With this, we are almost done with the solution to this question, except one question, which is what? You are asked to find what is sine theta. Abi, that's the last part of the question. What is theta and what is the other angle of the right angle triangle? Don't forget, this angle is already given because this angle is what? Is 90 degrees. Now, how do you find what? Theta. All right. You can find theta using sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, cot theta, cosec theta, sec theta. Any of these you can use to find what? Theta. Now, to use sine theta, all you have to do is what? Theta now equals to what? Arc sine 5 over 13. Are we together? Arc sine 5 over 13. Use your what? Use your calculator. What is arc sine? Arc sine is what? Shift and sine. You press your shift, you press your sine, then you press what? 5 over 13. Now, if you are using a smaller calculator so that you don't get it mixed up, first find 5 over 13. What is 5 over 13 in decimal places? Put it in not more than what? 4 decimal places. Once whatever you get, put it in no more than what? 4 decimal places. Then press arc sine, shift sine, whatever it is, whatever I give you is what your sine theta is. Are we together? The same way you can use cos theta. All you have to do is what? Arc sine theta will now be what? Cos theta 12 over 13. The same way. Now, you can use tan theta as well. Okay, it is what? Theta is what? Tan theta. Theta will be tan 5 over 12. It's as simple as that. Whatever you get here, pressing shift and sine, whatever you get the pressing shift and cos, whatever you get the pressing shift and tan, will all be equals to the same thing. All right. So all you simply do is just shift sine 5 over 13, shift sine 12 over 13, shift cos. Whichever one you use there, you are going to find your what? Your theta, and it's as simple as that. Now the last part you have to find, which is the what? The other angle of what? Of theta. You already know that sum of angle in a right angle triangle. All this thing I'm saying, you write it down. Sum of angle in right angle triangle is what? Is 180 degree. All right. And this is what? You know it to be 90. Now what is your theta? Then what will be this? What's your alpha? Let's say this is what? Alpha. All equals what? 180 degree. All right. So all you simply do is what? You add this to this and you subtract it from 180. Whatever is left is the other angle. And by this, you are done with the what? with the question as far as this question is concerned. I believe this is well understood and very, very simple. If you're going through it and you have any problem, feel free to what? To message me, chat me up directly. I would have do this right here, but I couldn't lay hands on my calculator now. I believe you have your calculator there. So try your best and find what this is, then substitute this and you find this other angle. I already labeled it as our alpha. All right, now let's look at one or two more illustrations. Then from here we move towards the special angles in trigonometry. So this is another illustrations. I believe by now everybody can deal with this. All right. Don't forget, I said the first thing you do is what? You present it diagrammatically. So I've already give you all the steps in the first illustration. So I'll be doing less here. So that this video doesn't reach an hour or so. So all right. We have cos theta equals to 4/5. Don't forget, cos theta equals what? Adjacent to side. Adjacent side to theta all over what? Hypotenuse of the what? Right angle triangle is now equals to what? 4/5. So from this we can diagrammatically present our what? Our right angle triangle. If you are taking this to be our theta, okay, let's label this M N. Don't forget, it has to be in capital letter MNQ. All right. So hypotenuse side is given to be what? To be 5, and the adjacent is given to be what? To be 4. So what we are looking for is what? Is our small letter n, which is the what? The opposite side of sine theta. So now to find the opposite side of sine theta, you know the first thing we need to do here is what? We just apply what? Pythagoras theorem. So to find n, apply Pythagoras theorem. That is 5 square equals to 4 square plus n square. Okay, so from here what do we do? Let's take this out. This equals to what? 25 equals to 16 plus n square. So solve for n. To solve for n is the same thing as what? Making n subject to the formula. Then this now turn to what? N square equals to what? 25 minus 16. This same thing as subtracting 16 from both sides. Then this will now be what? N square equals to what? 25 minus 16. This will give us what? This is 9. So take the square root of both sides. Take the square root of both sides. So your n square root equals to what? 9 square root. Square root of n square is n. Square root of 9 is what? Is 3. So therefore our opposite side is what? Is 3. All right. You can redraw this right angle triangle after you form this. Okay, it won't take you up to 30 seconds. All right. So now from here now you have to find what? Sin theta and tan theta. What sin theta? Sin theta is what? Sin theta is opposite over what? Hypotenuse. The opposite here is what? Is 3, and the hypotenuse is what? Is 5. So that's your sin theta. And you also have to find tan theta. What's your tan theta? Tan theta is what? Is opposite over what? Adjacent. So the opposite here is what? Is 3, and the adjacent here is what? Is 4. And that's your tan theta. And by this you are done with it. So summarily sin theta equals to 4/5, cos theta equals to 3/5, and tan theta equals to 3/4. So you are done with this question. See, simple. Less than what? Less than 4 minutes. You're done with it. All right. Let's see if you can solve one more. Then we call it the end as far as this is concerned. So we can cover the special cases in what? In trigonometry. I think this is very, very simple. But many of you should have this knowledge before this class. All right. We are going to take this question and we call this video to an end. All right. Let's solve this as we bring these videos to an end. All right. Here we are given tan theta. Right. The two earlier questions we tackled, we are given sin theta. You could have a question where what you are given is what is cos theta. Okay, but here we are given what tan theta, and we have to find this, right? And when you look at this, like say, Paul, they didn't teach me the one that has k inside, though. All right, so don't worry, it's just very, very simple. See, basic logic is what you know. Very, very simple. It's what you know. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's solve this. Solution. Okay. Don't forget your tan theta. What is tan theta? Tan theta is what? Is opposite side to what? To theta all over what? Adjacent side to theta. Why I keep putting the word side theta is that you have more than just two angles in a right angle triangle. You have the right angle, which is 90 degrees. You have theta, and you have one other angle, right? The opposite side to that other angle is not the same opposite side to this theta. Do you understand, ba? So do you putting this side to theta there, ba? It saves you of all every possible mistakes you can make. Alright, this is a standard way to write this. So we are given what? This to be equal to what? 4/5. Alright, from this I can draw my right angle triangle. From this information, I can draw my right angle triangle like this. This is A, B, C. Don't mind the drawing. Now, if this is my theta, now the opposite side to theta will be 4. Okay. Don't forget the opposite side to this will be here. But here we are dealing with the opposite side to what? Theta. And that's why we are dealing with this. Okay. And that's why the side theta is very, very important. Now the adjacent side to theta will be what? Will be 5. This is adjacent side, as this is the what? Hypotenuse. Is unknown. This is hypotenuse unknown. So the side will be what? Will be what? 5. Okay. Now that we have this, so and we have to find the value of what? Sin theta, for 3 sin theta plus 3 cos theta plus 3 cos theta plus 3 sin theta. Obviously, from here, what we need here is number 1, we need to find our sin theta first. Secondly, we need to find our what? Our cos theta. So we are finding sin theta and cos theta. I already know that to find sin theta and cos theta, the hypotenuse side is very important. You must find the hypotenuse side first. So what we do here is what? To find small c. To find c, we apply Pythagoras theorem. That is c square equals to what? 5 square plus what? 4 square. Okay. This is what Pythagoras theorem says. Okay. So now c square now equals to what? What is 5 square? This is 25. What's 4 square? This is 16. Press your calculator, you get this. So 25 plus 16. What will this give you? This will be what? This will be 40. This will be 41. Right? So 41. So c square equals to what? 41. Now you take the square root of both sides. So c square, take the square root of it. Square root of what? 41. So therefore, from here, your c will then equals to what? Square root of what? 41. Alright, can you solve this in short form? No. This cannot be solved using short form. If you are the only way you can do with this word, you press your calculator, put in decimal point. But I would love to leave it like this. C is equal to square root of what? 41. I love to leave it just like this. Which means here, since I've solved this, what my final answer is what? Is square root of what? 41. Are we together? So now we find our what? Hypotenuse. Now what is now our sin theta? So your sin theta now from here, sin theta from here. So your sin theta will now be equals to opposite, which is 4 all over root 41, which is the hypotenuse, and your cos theta will now be equals to what? Your adjacent, which is 5 all over what? Root 41. Okay. From this you are fine. So now don't forget, this is not what you asked to find. You're now asked to find sin theta and cos theta. You are asked to find what is 2 sin theta, 3 cos theta, 4 cos theta, divided by 4 cos theta, 3 sin theta. So what you do here is that what you substitute this for this in here. So therefore, what you have will now be 2 into what is sin theta? Sin theta is what? 4 root what? 4 root 1. 2 into 2 into what? 4 square root of what? 41. Are we together? Plus 3. What is cos theta? 3 into what? 5 square root of what? 41. What is cos theta? 4 into what? 5 square root of what? 41 plus 3 into what? What is sin theta? 4 square root of what? 41. Are we together? So this is now what you are asked to find. Okay? This is now what you are asked to find. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Okay? Very, very simple. So from here, this will be 2 times 4, which is what? 8. This will be 8 over square root of 41 plus what? 3 times 5, this is 15. All over square root of what? 41. Everything divided by 4 times 5, 20. All over square root of 41. Don't forget, this is a division sign. This is division. Plus 3 times 4, 12. 12 all over what? Square root of what? 41. So they have common what? LCM. So this is same as what? Square root of what? 41 as our denominator. 8 plus 15. This will give us what? 23. Divided by, they have common the same denominator, 41. 20 plus 12. That's 32. Okay? That's 32. Now we have what? Surd and what? Fraction. So what we simply do is what? We change this division sign to multiplication by what? Turning this to what? To reciprocal. I already taught you what's a reciprocal. I said a reciprocal of 5 is same thing as what? Is 1 over 5. 1 over 5 is the reciprocal of 5. So apply the same knowledge here to change this to reciprocal while you change this sign to what? To multiplication. So therefore 23 over square root of 41 multiplied by what? Square root of 41 all over what? 32. Do you get that? So that's what you do here. So from here 41 we take 41 out. So what you are left is what? Is 23 all over what? 32. So when you put this on your calculator, whatever you get in your calculator in decimal point is what is equal to this 23 all over 32. You can even leave it like this or put it in decimal form. So 2 sin theta plus 3 cos theta all divided by 4 cos theta plus 3 sin theta is equal to what? 23 all over 32. It's as simple as that. When you see this in examination situation, like say, ha, where am I going to? But the obvious truth is that it is very, very simple. Find your sin theta, find your cos theta, just substitute the value here, and all you are left with is what? Is just is problem of what? Simplification. 2 times this gives you what? 8. 3 times this give you what? 15. 4 times this give you 20. 3 times this give you 12. And that's why we have this. Now I take it from this, I put it in brackets so that we can see it more clearly. Alright, you can still put it here, but no, just do it like this. Take this, everything here, have a bracket, then division. This division and everything inside bracket shows that everything here is divided by this same thing as what? This. Okay, so now I solve this first. Okay, I make this to stand. Should in case what you are given doesn't have the same lowest common multiple, right? You have to find lowest common multiple here. Suppose this is, for instance, square root of suppose what we have here is suppose what you have here is 8 root 5 plus 15 root what? 3. Okay, so the LCM here is what? Root 5 times what? Root what? 3 is same as what? Square root of what? 15. Okay, so here you take the LCM to be square root of what? 15. And this now be what? Square root of 15 divided by square root of 5 and square root of 15, you have what? Root 3. This will be what? 8 root 3 plus square root of 3 in this, you have what? Root 5. 15 root what? Root 5. Okay, so just learn how you do this, check your sort, check your fraction, knowledge of fraction, so you understand this. These are what they must have taught you before this very level. If you don't know it, go and learn it. Find somebody, a friend, a senior colleagues, just find a way. You must, if you don't know it, there is no way it will affect you, it will affect your performance at this very very level. But if you are smart, I've already taught it. It's as simple as that. It's nothing big. So, and here you simplify. When you get here, all right, you're already done. But the point is, you're having two fractions and you're having division. What's the middle result? You change division to what? To a multiplication, and you change this fraction to what? I change this fraction to what? To a reciprocal. Okay. So when you multiply this, take this out, and what you're left is what is 23 all over 32. Can you simplify 23 over 32? No, because there's no common factor between 23 all over what? 32. Okay. So it's either you put it like this, or you find this in what? You put express this in what? In division. And by this we come to the end of this what? Illustration videos on trigonometry. Another video is coming with further illustrations. Not this, I mean more interesting questions than this. But I believe this is more of, let's call this the breakfast. The next video we can call that our lunch. We're going to have lunch and dinner on this what? Trigonometry. Very simple as ABC. And if you go through any of this video and the earlier videos on trigonometry, I keep saying this, and you find difficulties in understanding or solving a certain question related to this, okay, related to this, so feel free to what? To contact me. I would love to put you through with that. All right, I remember my humble self is Shola Adedeji Mike, and this is Success Enlightenment. Till we meet again, have a wonderful day.